Okay, so we've really been negative about Jimmy Garoppolo, but it's possible he's going to come back, and it's possible the Niners will go to the playoffs with him next season. Let's look at the glass half full if Jimmy Garoppolo were to come back.
Yeah, look. Ultimately, I think even if Jimmy Garoppolo comes back, yeah, it hurts. It's really tough to win a division when you got the fourth best quarterback in the division, as we have outlined before. But I do think there is something here.
Rams did it this year. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I do think there's something here where if Jimmy Garoppolo manages to stay healthy, big if, but if he does, the Niners can still easily be a 10-7 because now we're into the 17-game season, 11-6. Feels weird to say 10-7 and 11-6 instead of 10-6 and 11-5. But I think they could easily be one of those teams and be a wild card playoff team, maybe win a playoff game because their defense is only going to get better. You add Nick Bosa to any defense, it's going to get better. And, you lose Robert Saleh. I think that from a talent perspective, it's better. Maybe not as good. But
we got to see what happens that secondary. But yeah, you're right. It should be a good defense.
It
should be a good run game.
Got him. Yeah, bottom line, defense, run game should be good, and there's still enough there. There's still enough there with the Yak Bros to continue to have bootlegs and play action, a lot of short passes and stuff like that. And maybe he rediscovers himself where 3rd and 7, he drops back and he can make a couple plays here and there for you. We'll see, because at some point we got to look at his headspace. This is 2 off seasons in a row where the Niners have kind of flirted with other quarterbacks. To me, last season he looked underconfident. That was his big thing.
I'm so tired of his headspace, man. First it was, is he still thinking about the ACL? And then it was,
I think he's just
thinking about the Super Bowl.
From that perspective, sometimes I feel like it's better for Jimmy to just say, I'm sick of you 49ers. You're not committing to me. Let me just go to a place that's going to commit to me. Sometimes I think of it that way. But let's say he stays. Let's say he's the quarterback of the 49ers. I still think that there's enough there, and he's still a solid enough player where they can easily be in contention to win 10 to 11 games and make the playoffs. No doubt about it.
Yeah, and so when I say they got to move off Jimmy Garoppolo because at 14.8% of the cap, they have 0% chance to win the Super Bowl, I believe that. But they can get back to the playoffs. And, you act like these franchises' goal is Super Bowl or bust every year. It's not. The Niners need a winning season. The Niners cannot afford another losing season. Kyle cannot afford. It's not like he would get fired, but you can't afford to have losing season number 4 out of 5. All of a sudden, you're going to lose a lot of allies, maybe power in the organization. Things are going to change. So bringing back Jimmy Garoppolo makes you feel like if he stays healthy, you're back in the playoffs. People are off your back for a year.
Yeah.
At least you got that.
Look, and we've poked fun at Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, you've poked fun at Jimmy Garoppolo. I've been critical of Jimmy Garoppolo.
That's what I do for a living, yeah.
Yeah, right. But the ultimate thing is that even though I don't believe quarterback wins are a stat, this is a guy who the 49ers have won with when he plays. There is something to that, even though it's not his stat, it's a team stat. And so for that reason, I do think that, it's not like
a magical mystery reason it works.
Right.
Most of the time.
And so for that reason, yeah, it's disappointing that the Rams just got rid of the number one thing that made you happy that you're not the Rams, and that's Jared Goff. And because of that, they got Matthew Stafford, who was my quarterback that I wanted. Yeah, that one hurts. Yeah, the Cardinals have this little super freak who's maybe the fastest player in the NFL, and he's got a rocket arm in Kyler Murray.
You call him a super freak. That's great, because you have no idea what song that is. But anyway, keep going.
Oh, really?
You don't know about Rick
James. But he's incredible physically. Yeah, Seattle still is probably going to win 10 to 12 games with Russell Wilson, but the Niners can still do that with Garoppolo. They just probably have a ceiling.
Okay. So we've laid out why it's really not the end of the world if the Niners bring back Jimmy Garoppolo. They can sell it. It makes sense. It's kind of it's a very conservative move, but it's not necessarily dumb.